This is quite a tricky subject to talk about, which is pleasing. The difference between doing something sort of for pleasure and doing something that kind of we feel compelled to do, really. That kind of pleasing that we don't want to necessarily be doing so much. We don't enjoy doing in the long term, and that really consumes massive amount of energy. And the difficulty with the pleasing is not really the fundamental emotion. There's a fundamental emotion that's always going on before the pleasing behaviour, which is internal to us. So, for example, if I was really rejected and laughed at perhaps and ridiculed by my father, and, not really, perhaps he liked the other sibling, was warm to that person, but I kind of got the short end of his temper, let's say as an example. I always got the short end of his good nature, if you like, always abrupt, not friendly, not warm, it's very likely that I would potentially go into pleasing behaviours with men. Not because of the pleasing behaviour itself, but because of the much more fundamental wound, the deep, deep wound that I cannot bear to see and face, and that my brain will hide from me, because it does its best to hide pain from us, which would be that fundamentally he did not love me, did not perhaps even like me that much. But when these things are so bad and agonizing and painful, instead of going and being honest and finding that wound and talking male to female child with ourselves about it, we will sort of wind up our little internal mouse and just off we go, pleasing over there, please women, it doesn't have to be pleasing men. It's just, it's a wind up that's happened. It's a pattern of behaviour that's been initiated. But it's been initiated because fundamentally I cannot face the pain of knowing it's unbearable. It's just too unbearable. And that's what it is to be human sometimes. Sometimes pain, particularly of rejection and unlove, if that is the truth, if someone didn't hang around, to care for us, and the truth is that, again, there's an even more fundamental truth that's even deeper, which is not to do with that person, which is the fear and the terror and the not being able to face the truth about the fact that we were the one that was unlovable by our own parent, for example. To be brought into the world by a parent, and for them to decide, for whatever their reason, that our value is so low that they can't care about us and love us as we are, is pretty much like a horror story for us as a human being sometimes. It's pretty horrific, But unless we go and look at these true wounds of how we feel about ourselves internally, we cannot change these sort of clockwork pleasing behaviours that we start running into. Now, the difficulty, once we've wound up our clockwork mouse internally and we're whizzing around pleasing, doing kind works, doing thoughtful things, too much, overly doing these things, this overcompensation, if you like, maybe even finding new disapproving people to change their mind, to make them feel warm about us. We're trying to change the inner dialogue. We're trying to change the inner patterns. We have to change the patterns internally first. We have to find the dirty, dark, horrible, deep and nasty wound that's festering away inside of us. The way we feel about ourselves. That's what we've got to find and talk to and listen to. This is the key part. It's not about anything outside. So ignore all the pleasing behaviours that we're automatically sort of going into. Ignore that for now. And we have to start looking internally. Where is this originating from? We can't stop the pleasing until we go to the original source and really deal with that. Now, the problem with this pleasing behaviour, in all types of characters, the wolf vibration included, as well as the human energy vibration, is that it consumes massive amounts of our value energy. It's like pissing our value energy away, you know. And generally speaking, the people who, the recipients, kind of find it a bit, because they can feel internally that it's coming from a pleasing, an appeasement perspective, and that makes them feel a bit icky, because people don't like to associate with feelings that make them feel a little bit icky, and there's a discomfort around icky feelings, that they don't want to see other people doing them because they wouldn't like to see themselves doing them. And so we're performing, pleasing, Maybe we've got an ill mother who's just really crotchety, but has always been crotchety and unpleasant to us. And we run around, maybe wanting people to see how much effort and kindness we put into this crotchety person who's very ungrateful and thoughtless and doesn't even try themselves, to pick anything up or even to try and help themselves in any way. So we're overcompensating. Perhaps this person really showed us no affection, no love. The thing we have to look at what we are not facing, is that this person believes that we are kind of unwants us, But beyond that, it's the fear that the brain is hiding from us, that we believe we are unwantable, we are not worthy, we are unvaluable, we are worthless. These are the things. The other emotions and the pleasing come out externally, are external behaviours. It's that real deep stuff. That's where the diamond is, the treasure is, the truth is. We've got to go there and listen. And then we'll come out shining, because we'll see, wow, these people are just parents, they're just people at the end of the day, and they're probably wrong. They are wrong, actually, about me. I am worthwhile. I've seen me do this, and that. I've seen me grow. I've seen me do this. That's the kind of value growth that's going to change this pleasing behaviour from change the external pleasing behaviour right at the core, at the seed of the apple, if you like, right at the deep part. That's the important part, the seed of the apple. That's the only bit that matters, and that, with law of attraction, will change everything for us. So anyway, we've got this crotchety mother who's very unappreciative. Perhaps loves her son, adores her son, and she lights up when he comes in the door. Oh, darling, it's so wonderful to see you. And Matilda, have you put the tea on yet? This kind of, contrast, horrible contrast going on as well. It's very, very hard, very, very painful. Very, very painful patterns these can be. So there you are, Matilda, let's say. You're overcompensating, doing lots of good deeds here, there and everywhere, You're so needing to show your value, actually, in a way, needing to show how valuable you are, shining it to people, but just for yourself almost as well, shining, look. So the brain is helping you work really, really hard to shine this light on. Look, she's done that over there, look, she's done that over there, and over there, and over there, and over there. It's all the brain colluding with the spirit to make us feel valuable. When we've got this seed of discontent, this sort of festering seed right within the apple that says, well, actually, we're really unlovable because these people say so. So the brain is saying, do this, please over there, it's not going to work. But you'll see how wonderful you are. It's so energy consuming, you know, and it's so value all your because it starts on the premise that is incorrect to start with, that yes, you're totally invaluable and invalid to start with. So therefore you must perform in order to be valid, which is a load of old tosh, you know, because fundamentally we are energy, and energy is diamonds. So point one, from the inception, we are beautiful, fabulous energy of awareness, perfect energy of awareness. So that premise, that human premise that's been squeezed on is absolutely incorrect. You know, but these people are doing this and we're performing. So when we've consumed these massive amounts of energy and leaked all of our wonderful diamond awareness energy, you know, we feel stressed and exhausted, of course, because these patterns are exhausting, that we've got to keep performing, you know, in all sorts of arenas, maybe subtle, maybe more grand gestures, maybe huge gestures, maybe very subtle, you know, performing all the time, this constant state of exhaustion. Now that can only lead to one thing, which is addiction. Please see the video on addictions. There's 3 of them now. That can only lead to addiction, because these patterns of performance, starting with I am unworthy to start with, is the first thing. That is pain. Pain, then consuming lots of energy to perform, to appease, to please, to work with, to overperform all the time. That is a painful thing to keep on doing and is exhausting. Pain, addiction is always a response to pain. And so not only will you be exhausted, you will then really want to grab for pleasure, because you've gone right down, pain is down minus 500%, you have to want to grab onto pleasure. You know, whether it's boxes of chocolates or drinking wine, all toxins really, let's not pretend, that's all unlove. So dousing yourself like with petrol and lighting yourself horribly. It's like giving yourself even more unlove by loading yourself with some toxins that will give you that high, yes, but then you'll have to crash, and go back down again. So there we've created the addiction roller coaster because of the pain, all coming from pain. And then, of course, we've got this, and then we will end up with resentment as well. We'll end up with the resentment and kind of feeling a bit hatey, which we really don't want to be feeling. We just hate it. We feel resentful to people around us, more people wanting more from me. You were freely giving the pleasing, sort of freely giving, through a con and a lie, yes, but you were giving that pleasing. You were overexhausting yourself first, you know, and obviously more demands are going to make you feel even more kind of bitter and twisted and resentful and like, is there no end to these demands? But you started that by not looking at that really deep seed festering wound of the fact that you are unlovable and unworthy. You've then wound yourself up into all these pleasing behaviours that consume your energy, and then when anyone else wants or needs anything else, it's all going to just feel too much. Of course it is. You know, it's just all too exhausting. It's just too stressful. It's all too painful. You know, it's just like, God, what's the point? And of course, we're still not really pleasing this crotchety old dame. She's not really pleased anyway, you know, because the truth be told, if she can't love you or he can't love you, there ain't nothing you're going to be able to do to create that. You know, if they can't, if they can't love you and you and your lovely little baby and little child, it's their failing at the end of the day, not yours. It really, it isn't. But any amount of pleasing is not going to, and the brain just helps us avoid pain. That's its duty, its role, and that's all it's really doing here. It's finding ingenious methods and ways by which for us to avoid pain, or to help us avoid seeing the pain. It's not wisdom. We have to go to the pain. We have to find it. And if the fact and the truth is that these people really don't love us, that's just how it is, And we need to face that truth and love ourselves anyway, in spite of. Love our diamonds. These people are not gods. We thought they were gods. Please watch Parent as God in the other video. We thought they were our gods, so that we thought that their opinion was absolute. It isn't. It's just someone's opinion. They were not able to love a female. They were not able to love a male. What's gone on in their life to cause that? That's their business. But the end result is that they were not able to. So no amount, we have to realize this, that no amount of pleasing is going to change this person or these persons' behavior towards us. So all we are doing is pissing our energy into the wind. And if we stop pissing our energy, we heal the wound properly, we stop pissing our energy into the wind, things will change, because law of attraction will have to make our reality shift and change, sort of like a little magic carpet. And we'll find, we stop these behaviours after healing the wound. Ooh, that's different. That hasn't happened the same way that usually happens. This is different. This is really good things have started to happen. Yes, they will. Really good things that you deserve will come to you. Of course they will, because you didn't have the energy of awareness. You didn't have the value level high enough for these things to match that vibration. You kept your level so low that only the shit things can come towards you. We don't want that. We want the wonderful things to come towards them. And if those people can't love us, yeah, we could still have a relationship with them, of course. We can choose to be polite, We can always choose to be a certain polite way, whatever. But at the end of the day, this is their failing, not ours. Our value and our awareness is beautiful. Forget the human form. Please see the human box video. Forget the human form bit. We are diamond awareness energy, first and foremost. And it is beautiful. We must start loving that now. Pleasing behaviour is a supreme act of unlove. And that is going to cause huge amounts of pain and huge amounts of drops in energy value. And only bad things will keep on circling around you like vultures. We've all been there. The bad things go round and round and round. Ad infinitum. We can change all that. But we have to go deep. We have to really start listening to the children, our inner children. Say, well, what's really upsetting you? Yes, talking to ourselves. Yes, let's do it. What's really upsetting you about the way this person has never been kind to me, ever. Not. Then we're getting somewhere. We're starting to really listen. Well, what? Never. No, actually. But it must mean that I know I'm a bit shit at this, and I've always been a bit academically rubbish, and you find your own reasons for displeasing them, for God's sakes. They've already decided they can't love this person, but we will find, let's find 10 reasons 10 very valid reasons why this person cannot love us, why we are unlovable, more to the point. So we've created these reasons, this, and this, and no, it's not. Yeah.